Sorry I didn't upload anything on Monday, April 2nd. So Monday, April 2nd, I had to pay attention to what day I am in so I can keep track of my dates. Anyway, so I was absent on April 2nd of 2018 because there were schedule limitations caused by other things, especially including Easter celebration and also Easter survival. Because, oh yeah, let's talk about it. I know this is a video, not a live stream, but how was Easter? Did it went well for you? Nah, who am I kidding? What went horribly wrong? Something went horribly wrong. There was some festive anarchy, somebody pulled a funny prank on you. I know what happened to some of you guys. What happened was that somebody had ordered a 9 million Scoville unit hot sauce from Amazon that costs $100 because reasons. Alright. And thanks to this 9 million Scoville unit hot sauce, somebody took out a portion and injected it into a Cadbury cream egg, and then made you eat that Cadbury cream egg. And now, you enjoyed that Cadbury cream egg, but however, enjoying that Cadbury cream egg backfired against you thanks to the hot sauce, which was 9 million fucking Scoville units. And all hell broke loose. Okay, you know what? You see, we tried to warn you that Easter is on the same day as April Fool's Day this year. But I don't know. I know some of you guys listen, but some of you guys didn't listen. And now look at where you are right now. You want revenge. You want to kill someone. You want to kill someone. But however, if you do know that Easter is on the same day as April Fool's and you were brave enough to celebrate Easter with your family, more honor. If you didn't, I don't blame you. It's perfectly understandable. Okay, guys. We all have our disaster Easter. We all know our stuff. All that we know is that in the movie Marley and Me, the dog dies in the end. So Owen Wilson's character is informed that that his dog Marley has succumbed to has succumbed to an illness, and unfortunately he was given no choice but to have Marley euthanized. So Owen Wilson's character ends up having to go through the procedure that puts him down. There's a lot of things that I need to be covering on. Alright? What about that one anime? I haven't even done videos about anime in a long time, huh? Yeah, you're right. Second off, how is this plate full of hot dogs made? And another thing to keep in mind about here, we need to cover more retro games. That's going to be the future of the channel, because that needs to be the future of the channel. And it has been months since Joji has revealed the end of Filthy Frank. It has been months since the last video from TV Filthy Frank, and that is last year. Alright? It has been months have passed, and somebody needs to fill that void. This plate filled with hot dogs. Plot twist, they're cheese dogs, meaning they're hot dogs with cheese inside. Melted cheese inside. These hot dogs are there, that's right, to remind you that your summer vacation is coming and that summertime is also coming as well. Maybe this summer there would be better discounts on Nintendo Switch games for once. Huh? And amongst this wonderful yet beautifully chaotic, madness-driven world, there is a kid wandering through Walmart yodeling. The current metaphorical apocalypse we live in is astounding. It hurts to exist, but the hot dogs are delicious. These hot dogs were made possible, cooked, due to this piece of technology, which is called the red copper flip wedge. And it is a pan that eliminates the need of using a spatula. Apparently, it is part of a series of pots and pans that have copper as a material. So yeah. So I'll get some more. I'm doing more investigation on the red copper thing, and I used it on a couple of bagels, and I used it on a bunch of hot dogs. But I want to see and start doing other foods, and just more time of use with this. And then I will definitely come out with my overall, what I think, my review on this. Because apparently this is catching my attention. This is catching my curiosity. Look at this. That material. And, yeah, I let's just say one thing said something, how one thing is doing this one thing, and one thing is known for this one thing, and it's kind of like me trying to be like, okay, does that, is everything you said actually fucking true, though? Alright, so, yeah, we'll do some investigation. I'll take more time, do my review on this, and then also probably get more into the Red Copper series. And, definitely, it just got tossed on my desk. Yeah, this thing just got tossed on my desk, so. All that matters here is, me doing the investigation and all that jibber jabber jazz. But let's all have our fun. That's right, guys. Fireworks, kids. One second. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta get my login bonuses. Alright, now let's get right on to the subjects that I have in mind for today. And today we're gonna be talking about remasters, and that's only one subject, yes, of course. We're gonna be talking about remasters. Remasters. What are remasters? Well, you can say they're re-releases of games from the past, however, giving significant updates left and right to make sure that the game is made to be adept with modern gaming technology. Meaning, saying there's a popular PlayStation 2 game and someone has taken the said PlayStation 2 game and has remastered it for modern consoles for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Or in examples like Kingdom Hearts and Devil May Cry, they go ahead and then release remastered collections of PS2 games that have been fan favorites. Next thing you know, all of a sudden, oh, the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One was coming out. So it was terrible timing, in which, as a result, okay, we better fix this now, okay, because everybody has PlayStation 4s and Xbox Ones now, because I think we released the remasters way too late when it came to the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. So they decided, let's go ahead and take these two and get them ported over to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And yeah, that explains why you're seeing the Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 getting the remasters all of a sudden when there's already PlayStation 3 remasters, because the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 remasters, when they came out around the time the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One was getting revealed. But we're talking about rare cases. Let's hope that what other remasters that came out on 2013? Yeah. Okay, now when it comes to the remasters, the good part about when it comes to these remasters is that your favorite might get chosen, and when it gets chosen, it's basically added, updated. It's like when it comes to the remasters, your favorite game's getting taken, and it's getting all these significant updates from left and right, and it's being made adept for new hardware, and then it comes out for new hardware, and you can play it on said new hardware, and you get to relive the glorious moment with modern technology enhancements in there. And also another thing to keep in mind here is that when we're talking about like very, very rare games, like Final Fantasy VII, and then we can talk about Panzer Dragoon, which Panzer Dragoon does really need remasters really bad. Sega better bust their ass and make that happen, because Panzer Dragoon needs to be remastered really bad. Now, when it comes to these super rare games that end up getting remastered, you don't have to end up like paying big bucks for it. When next thing you know, you get time saved and you get money saved when it comes to collecting retro games. And yeah, it's pretty good if you're kind of like entry-level retro gamer at the moment, or if you're a big-time video game collector and you're trying to find this game that's super rare as fuck, and you're looking at a $100 game. When that game gets remastered, and then the price gets cut down to like $39.99 or $40. I'm talking MSRP, huh? Oh my goodness, my bad. Anyway, okay. So when it gets that remastered, you don't have to pay that $100. You can just pay that $40, and you're really kind of good. So that does really help when it comes to these remasters. All right, so let us all talk about the flaws of remasters. People tend to do too many of them. Some may argue, and I do understand where people are coming from. And also, there are some remasters that are completely unnecessary. That argument is entirely subjective. That's something that's up to you to decide. Now, this is going to be, really, to be honest with you, what I kind of think of that statement about remasters being unnecessary is that you got to think about the context, and you got to think about why these remasters are being made, and you got to end up thinking about why are these remasters made, because there are situations like games that are doing so good that came out around like 2013, and then that came out near the PlayStation 4 era, and then there were games that are pretty much awesome themselves, which is something you shouldn't really miss out on, and they're must taken a look at, and really, to be honest with you here, they're must-haves. So, really, to be honest with you here, I would say some remasters being unnecessary. I think of it being false, but some people may argue about that. But really, to be honest with you here, it all boils down to the context, and there's two contexts going on so far. It released, the game released way too, well, let's just say way too late when the new consoles were being announced. And also, another thing to keep in mind here, and there were games that were pretty much awesome that nobody should miss out on. People think, hey, you can't miss out on these titles, so we better make sure nobody misses out on them. And then there's that third reason here. It's like there's going to be a sequel to a long-awaited game. So, okay, there's going to be a sequel. We need to remaster the first game. We need to remaster previous installments. And that's kind of the thing that you have to keep in mind. Those three contexts you have to keep in mind. So some remasters are unnecessary. That depends. That's entirely up to you. And also, people have fucked up remasters before. The latest infamous example here would be the Silent Hill 2 and 3 HD versions on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. And boy, did Konami screwed that up. It's like you might as well just go to the original release versions on PlayStation 2 and PC. And another thing to keep in mind here is there are games that, for the love of Pete's sake, need to get remastered really bad. And I just mentioned one of them, and that is the Panzer Dragoon series. That Panzer Dragoon series needs to get remade big. Well, yeah, if it has to be given this Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy treatment, do it. Fucking do it. I just get Panzer Dragoon. Come on, let the guys of modern day discover or rediscover Panzer Dragoon, because Panzer Dragoon is such a hidden gem. Holy shit. So basically, to sum that up, there are remasters that are actually good to have, better than not having these games remastered at all, because they're made convenient. And yeah, people are going to argue people make too many of them. And some people are going to argue that some of them are unnecessary. But however, at the same time, it is nice to have a game remastered. And also, when the game gets remastered for modern day technology, like, I was about to burp, huh? Holy crap. When it comes to games being remastered, there's always a context, the reason why, as to why these remasters happen. And really, if we're talking, especially when we're talking about the Nintendo Switch, I just looked at my Nintendo Switch. When it comes to remasters being made for Switch, definitely the ideal console. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Resident Evil 4 on Switch. I wouldn't be surprised if we see RE5 on Switch. I wouldn't even be surprised if we see RE6. RE4 has been fan-favorited to hell. And thanks to this whole, and when Resident Evil 4 gets a fan-favorited, PS3 version, PS4 version, remastered PC version, remastered, and the next thing, mark my words, we're gonna see a goddamn mother-loving Switch version of RE4. Because RE4 has been popular, it is a huge fan favorite, and that is a thing. Now, when it comes to remasters on the Switch, yes, remasters on the Switch are definitely gonna happen from left and right. Because, first off, when it comes to the remasters, they're easy to port to the Switch. Am I right? They're easy to port to the Switch. And then another thing to keep in mind here is that if we're talking about remasters, most of the time they're remasters of games that were on the Wii U. And we all know how Wii U was a mess. And hopefully we can see lesser amount of people fucking up remasters. And another thing to keep in mind here is that there are games that are definitely needing of a remaster treatment. Yeah, we need a remaster treatment, and... Hold on, retreatment? Why? I meant to say treatment. There's a lot of games that need a remastered treatment. So basically, to sum this up again, you can remember why they happen, it's very easy to understand, and end up effortlessly get an idea of why these remasters need to happen, and that there are people who have fucked up remasters before, and basically some remasters do need to be made. Basically, I say this when it comes to remasters that need to happen. If the cheapest price for a game excels above $100, the higher the price, the more urgent a remaster needs to happen. That's all I gotta say about remasters. I'll be looking forward to you in the next video, and peace out.